One Zambia, One Nation. Thank you so much for joining us on the news desk. This is Zanis News with me, Amos Zulu. Coming up ahead. Diplomats accredited to Zambia confident of country's economic path. Pharmacists prodded to use their expertise to manufacture medicines locally. Baby dies after drowning in a well. And in sports, Power Dynamos beat Prison Leopards in the first Super League. And now the news in detail. Several diplomats accredited to Zambia have indicated that the country is poised for massive economic transformation. Among the diplomats that predict Zambia's economic growth is the United States of America USA Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, who said that Zambia is destined for massive development. The diplomats made their observations on the sidelines of last evening's 5th annual corporate and diplomatic gala dinner organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation.
Diplomats accredited to Zambia have expressed confidence with the policies and strategies that government has so far implemented in its quest to grow the economy. The diplomats, who described the policies by the government as excellent, said this will help the country attain its projections of growing the economy. The revelations were made last evening on the sidelines of the Corporates and Diplomats Gala Dinner that was organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, held at Twangale Park in Lusaka.
The foundations are quite strong. We see inflation going down. We see an increased spike in interest from Zambian business people as well as investors from around the world, including my country, the United States.
It looks very positive at the moment. I think the macroeconomic situation has been stabled. Kwacha is strong and inflation is down. And also the securing of the IMF package has been a very positive development.
The diplomats also congratulated President Hakainde Hichilema for promoting peace and security in the country.
I think the president made a very strong point that the development isn't going to happen in the absence of peace and stability. And so this is why we're so pleased to see Zambia contributing not only to peace in country, but sending peacekeepers to Central African republics.
The new administration and everybody in the diplomatic corps was telling me, now we have new government and the atmosphere in the country changed very, very much, and I can feel it. We can feel it on a daily basis.
The diplomats also shared their sentiments on gender-based violence.
So I think a lot of work is needed on that, and a lot of the things is based on the fact that the cultural norms are still not such that would allow women's empowerment.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
Meanwhile, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Stanley Kakubo, has thanked the diplomatic corps for supporting government's developmental agenda. Mr. Kakubo says diplomats accredited to Zambia have been instrumental in supplementing government's efforts. The minister said this during the corporate and diplomatic gala dinner organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation held in Lusaka. Here is James Malumba again in this report.
A corporate and diplomats gala dinner held to foster and enhance relations between Zambia and other countries. Ministers, together with their wives, joined diplomats to toast the existence of Zambia's relations with other countries and possibly come up with other measures that will unlock the economic potential of the country. Organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the gala dinner was held last evening at Twangale Park in Lusaka. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Stanley Kakubo, was the guest of honor and thanked the diplomats for supporting government's developmental agenda.
I want to take this opportunity to thank again the diplomats here for the role that you have played to ensure that you remodel how Zambia is viewed elsewhere. The president says we are back in the Champions League, and I'm saying we are there to stay. We ask for your support, especially to countries that have been instrumental in helping us, especially on the common framework to unlock Zambia's debt.
The Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Walid Hassan, pledged his team's commitment to continue supporting Zambia's developmental agenda.
The Diplomatic Corps strongly expresses its support for His Excellency the President and the new Dawn government in its continuous efforts toward development and prosperity. We wish you, Honorable Minister, every success in completing your duties and more achievements to come.
The event was sponsored by Zanaco.
Zambia is part of the global village, which entails that we coexist with other countries through diplomatic ties, transnational commerce, migration, among others. And thus, this event helps in cementing the ties that already exist among us.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Mambo Hamaundu, has commended the contractor working on the Shantumbu-Lufwema Road in Kafue District for completing the works to ease the movement of goods and services. Mr. Hamaundu inspected the periodic maintenance of the road together with Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata. Tovin Ngombe reports.
The completion of the works on the Shantumbu-Lufwema Road has cheered motorists and the people in Shantumbu area in Kafue District as the 22-kilometer road has been completed.
I just wanted to say well done. The road is doing a great job. We're using it, we're enjoying it, and keep up the good work.
It's better compared to how it was because the potholes have reduced by far. Although obviously to still need some work because it's still a gravel road, but it's very much better.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development embarked on the periodic maintenance of the Shantumbu-Lufwema Road, which was in bad state, to improve the lifestyle of the people here. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Mambo Hamaundu, and Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary, Robert Kamalata, inspected the works on the road.
I do recall some time back this road was quite in a bad state. There were a number of ditches on many stretches, beginning somewhere near Patrick Kangwa Road in Lusaka. And I've seen that this is a stretch of about 22 kilometers joining Patrick Kangwa Road to Chifwema Road in Kafue District. And going by what I've seen now, I can actually say that I'm reasonably impressed with the work that has been done here.
Very difficult to move from point A to point B. And to be specific, from Chifwema into Shantumbu, then you proceed to Patrick Kangwa Road. It used to take about 2.5 hours, but today we have been on this road with my counterpart here, and it has only taken us less than 30 minutes. And job done by the contractor is excellent. Of course, using our eyes ourselves as laymen, we can say it is good.
T-Dot Investment Limited project manager says 88% of the works has been done.
As far as completion is concerned, we would say by and large it's complete. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, we should be able to put up all the signage that is remaining to be done so that people are able to see and drive safely, because the road has got to be safe for the road users, both pedestrians and motorists.
The 22-kilometer Shantumbu-Lufwema Road makes it easy for motorists from Kafue District to connect to Lusaka, as it is a shorter route. Ovini Ngombe, Zanis, Kafue District.
In our health news, Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has reiterated President Hakainde Hichilema's call for ingenuity and innovation among pharmacists and other scientists to use their expertise to help government manufacture vaccines and other key essential medicines and medical supplies. Ms. Masebo prodded the experts in the field of pharmaceutical manufacturing and supply chain to provide tangible solutions to the unending problems in the provision of essential medicines. The minister said this at the 3rd Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia Annual Award Gala Night held in Lusaka. Aaron Kamanga gives us more in the following report.
This is a gathering of pharmacists from around the country at the 3rd Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia Annual Awards Gala Dinner held at the Kenneth Kaunda Conference Center in Lusaka. The event was held under the theme Excellence in Practice, Innovations and Pharmaceutical Manufacturing. Speaking at the event, Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo, who was represented by Alex Makupe, Director Clinical Care Services, echoed the President's appeal to experts in the field of pharmaceutical manufacturing and supply chain to provide solutions to the unending problems in the provision of essential medicines in the country.
The theme would not have come at a better time than this when there's a current call by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to redouble efforts on strengthening pharmaceutical manufacturing in order to contribute to a number of the country's economic, social, and environmental development priorities. You will recall that during the official opening of the first session of the 13th National Assembly, His Excellency, the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, called for ingenuity and innovations by scientists like yourselves to use expertise to help government to manufacture vaccines and other key essential medicines and medical supplies. Further, in the subsequent meetings, the President has continued to appeal to experts in the field of pharmaceutical manufacturing and supply chain to provide tangible solutions to the unending problems in the provision of essential medicines. As the country cannot continue to import even the most basic medicines such as paracetamol, Panadol, after 57 years of independence.
Speaking earlier, President of the Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia, Kennedy Saini, commended government for continuously addressing human resource matters in the sector and increasing the ministry's budget.
We are beginning to see hope with this new government because there is equitable engagement in the matters of recruitment of health workers. And we hope that this equitable engagement will translate into good numbers. Again, guest of honor, we are happy to understand that the health sector budget, commensurate with the ministerial activities, keeps improving. This is progressive and commendable.
A number of awards were given to deserving pharmacists. Among the award recipients was pharmacist Godfrida Masaiti, who walked away with an award for designing a transdermal patch that would deliver a weekly dose of ARVs slowly into the body. Aaron Kamanga reporting for Zanis News in Lusaka.
Aaron Kamanga reporting there. In other news, Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Colonel Granson Katambi has expressed government's commitment in ensuring that lives of persons with disabilities is improved through various empowerments. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by Solwezi District Commissioner Tredson Mulofwa during the International Day for Persons with Disabilities in Solwezi. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities is commemorated every 3rd of December.
Persons living with disabilities have continued fighting for their human rights on different forums. In Solwezi District, people living with disabilities join the rest of the world in commemorating the International Day for Persons with Disabilities.
This year, we are happy than these other years. In our day, these other years, we are not performing well. But I'm happy this year, a lot of people, at least they have shown it.
However, more needs to be done.
We are again very grateful for your government appointing 5 commissioners with disabilities, teachers, and few under the Ministry of Health. However, persons with disabilities also need representation in Parliament for our voice to be heard.
Meanwhile, government pledges continued support.
I urge our colleagues with persons with disability that if at all, again, you are finding some difficulties to acquire land, Office of the Provincial future administration, my office as district commissioner is worship the mayor. These offices I've mentioned are very open for you.
Reporting for Zanis News in Solwezi District, Jennifer Ntoshi.
In a related development, Chinsali District Commissioner Samson Muchemwa has assured persons living with disabilities that government recognizes them as equal partners in national development. Mr. Muchemwa stressed that such is the reason that government has appointed persons with disabilities in a number of key positions. He was making the remarks during the 30th International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which is commemorated every 3rd of December. Details by Pamela Inambao.
They joined the rest of the country in commemorating this year's International Day for Persons with Disabilities, which falls annually on 3rd December. And Chinsali District Commissioner Samson Muchemwa, who was the guest of honor at the event, says President Hakainde Hichilema places persons with a disability at his heart, the reason he appoints them in key positions.
As enshrined in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Persons with Disability Act No. 6 of 2012 and the National Policy of Disability. It is for this reason that President Hakainde Hichilema proceeded to appoint persons with disability in a number of key positions. Government recognizes that persons with disabilities are equal partners in development and attaches great importance on the need for their inclusion in all activities and especially decision-making processes.
And Chinsali Persons with Disability Advocates Network Chairperson Godwin Mubanga highlighted a number of challenges faced by persons with disability.
We are grappling with different challenges. Among them is lack of education, teaching aid, materials, technological assistive devices for children with disabilities in government schools.
Linda Nawale is among persons with a disability in Chinsali District.
To all the people with various disabilities, especially those with leg issues, I want to advise you to take advantage of the physio department.
The Organization of Persons with a Disability Advocates Network in Chinsali District consists of 21 legally registered associations and groups. Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Chinsali, Mchinga Province.
Kabushi Entrepreneurship and Vocational Training Center, a faith-based organization in partnership with Tools for Self-Resilience, an organization from the United Kingdom, has handed over 8 pit latrines to Kaloko Primary School worth over 200,000 kwacha. Vocational Training Center Director Melvin Simagolwa says the toilets have been constructed by students as practical to showcase the skills they have acquired under bricklaying. Details in the following report.
The introduction of free education by government has seen a lot of pupils being enrolled in public schools. A local primary school in Ndola has not been spared. With over 2,000 pupils registered, issues of sanitation raised concern. However, Kabushi Entrepreneurship and Vocational Training Center has come on board and built 8 pit latrines.
On behalf of the board of KVTC and management, and indeed on my own behalf, accept our sincere donation through Tools for Self-Reliance to Kaloko of these ventilated improved pit latrines to be used by our learners in order for them not to miss classes.
The organization has also donated reusable sanitary pads to keep the young girls from skipping school.
We also engage our tailoring students to sew or make reusable sanitary pads. The pads that you can see here, which are also going to be handed over to our girl child in order for them to support them not to miss school.
School management and the pupils are elated with this gesture.
Received from the 8 VIP toilets, the school will now have sufficient toilets for our learners.
This donation will go a long way in improving the hygiene and sanitation in our school.
Similar situations prevailing at public schools. It is the wish of most communities that more well-wishers would come on board and emulate what Kabushi Entrepreneurship and Vocational Center has done. Nelly Bota reporting for Zanis in Ndola.
On a sad note, a 1-year, 3-month-old baby of Kakubo village in Chongwe district of Lusaka province has died after drowning in a well. Police Assistant Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilawi identified the male child as Blessings Daka. Mr. Chilawi said police in Chongwe received a report on 3 December 2022 from Alice Tembo, aged 28, of Kakubo village in Chongwe district, who reported that her son drowned in a well. He explained that police officers rushed to the scene and managed to retrieve the child with help from members of the community, who later was pronounced dead upon arrival at Chongwe District Hospital. Mr. Chilawi disclosed that preliminary investigations indicate that on December 3, 2022, at around 05 hours, the mother of the deceased child went to the toilet outside, leaving the baby alone in the house, and could not find him when she returned. He said that the mother to the deceased child then started searching for the baby, and with the help of the members of the community, the baby was discovered to have fallen in a well. Mr. Chilawi suspects that the baby was following the mother outside, hence falling into the well. The body of the deceased has since been deposited to Chongwe District Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem. Chama District Commissioner Yobe Goma has confirmed that Food Reserve Agency FRA has, through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU, released 13,000 by 50 kilogram bags of maize to be distributed as relief to hunger-affected areas in the district. Freddie Piri has the rest of the details.
It's not a song of joy, but lamentation by people of Chama on how climate change has hit them. Climate change has impacted Chama district citizens, disrupting the natural, economical, and social systems they rely on for survival. Because elephants ate our maize. Additionally, floods have been hitting.
I've been stricken by starvation. Please, government, help me. Please, government, assist me with food. I have children.
Chama North lawmaker Yotam Tachalo has confirmed the hunger situation in Chama district, which he described as a matter of urgency. Government through DMMU has started distributing relief food to Nkanka ward.
And people now, they've already started feeding on mango, but DMMU, they have already responded. As I'm saying yesterday, we took a truck of maize at Rumezi ward in readiness for distribution next week. And then we have already about 6,000 bags of maize, which will be taken to areas where it is needed. Luangwa ward, Chipala ward.
Surely, climate change impact is here, affecting food security, damage infrastructure, and causing harm to human beings, especially vulnerable population. Fred Piri, Zanis News, reporting.
Thank you, Fred Piri, for that report. The United Church of Zambia, UCZ, in Northern Province, says the church will continue to assist members of the Nsumbu congregation following the loss of 21 members who died in a road traffic accident in September this year. Presbytery Bishop Mabin Mulenga made the affirmation during the blousing ceremony of 90 new members of the Women Christian Fellowship drawn from different congregations in Sama district held at Bethel congregation in Nsumbu. Take a look.
It was a time of jubilation for United Church of Zambia in Sumbo area of Msama district after witnessing the blousing of 90 women drawn from across the district as new members of the Women Christian Fellowship WCF, with memories of the accident which claimed the lives of 21 WCF members 3 months ago still fresh. The event held at Bethel Congregation could not have come at a better time. UCZ Northern Presbytery Bishop Meben Mulenga encouraged and interacted with the survivors and new members.
That's why they
Bethel Congregation Minister in Charge, Reverend Kinglo Siandwedwe, is happy with the development.
But because of your support and your spiritual guidance that you've been given me, I'm able to stand once again and proclaim the gospel.
New WCF member Alice Chaiwa and Evelyn Sama, who is one of the survivors, shared a word. Ntazanga Mumba for Zanis in Sama district.
Namwala District Commissioner Ephraim Shandavu says government would take every opportunity available to end gender-based violence, GBV, in all its forms. Mr. Shandavu commended all stakeholders that have contributed towards the fight against GBV. Here are the details.
The fight against gender-based violence cannot be achieved without the involvement of community members and other stakeholders. In Namwala District, government is using a multi-sectoral approach to combat all forms of gender-based violence. Hope Worldwide and other partners are some of the stakeholders.
As Hope Worldwide Zambia, with the various partners, are trying to see how best we can continue to contribute to the government's efforts in reducing the cases. We all who are present here, regardless of our age, our status, we all should continue to be advocates of change against gender-based violence.
Namwala District Commissioner Ephraim Shandavu has reaffirmed government's commitment to ending GBV in communities.
The New Dawn government, led by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, will ensure that the fight against gender-based violence is enhanced and will take every opportunity available to end GBV in all its forms. We are also thankful to all the other players that are contributing tirelessly in various ways towards this fight.
The District Health Office has also asked Hope Worldwide to continue mentoring paralegals to help curb the vice.
Request Hope Worldwide Zambia continue mentor the paralegals so that we address these issues that are talked about today. The adolescent or child pregnancies from where they are.
We now take you to sports, where the Football Association of Zambia, FAZ Super League leaders Power Dynamos opened a 4-point lead on the log after beating Prison Leopards by 1-0 at President Stadium in Kabwe District. It took a 90th minute goal from midfielder Joshua Mtale to end Power Dynamos' 2-match losing record away at Prison. Power Dynamos now jumped to 32 points, 4 points more than Forest Rangers, who beat Napsa Stars 1-0. Daniel Billy now reports.
It was a good day for the Kitwe Giant and current league leaders Power Dynamos as they opened a 4-point lead following a rare away win at Prison Leopards. Power beat Prison 1-0 in Kabwe on Saturday to collect their first away win there since 2003. It took a 90th minute goal from midfielder Joshua Mtale to end Power Dynamos' 2-match losing record away at Prison. Power Dynamos coach Mwenye Chipepo has mixed feeling for collecting maximum points and also for beating his own team.
Because at the same time, I'm happy we have collected 3 points.
At the same time, I'm not happy because I've beaten my own team. This is the team which made me to be where I am today. And this is a job. This is my job. They trained me to do a job like I have done today. So I'm sure they can be sad. At the same time, they are very happy that they have at least educated someone. So getting 3 points away from home was very, very good for us. And it wasn't easy. Prison Leopards is a very, very good team. In the next 3 years, they'll be on top of their game.
Prison Leopards assistant coach Collins Mulenga says his team played according to the instructions, but only failed to get on target.
The game was okay. The guys did everything. In the first half, we created chances, but we failed to score. We lost it because we allowed them to score and let it go. They scored, I think, in the 9th plus, and it was difficult for us to recover.
Daniel Billy for Zanis Sports in Kabwe, Central Province.
That sporting item from Daniel Billy brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines again. Diplomats accredited to Zambia confident of country's economic path. Pharmacists prodded to use their expertise to manufacture medicines locally. Baby dies after drowning in a well. And in sports, Power Dynamos beat Prison Leopards in the first Super League. That's it for the news, but remember you can access these and many other stories on our website, zanis.com.zm. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Bye for now.